want to ask you something. Have you seen all the news about cyber? The oil pipeline, the State Department, and the mass account hijacking of Nintendo users? Have you ever wondered why we keep seeing those? Well, one reason why is because we just don't have enough people working in cyber. It's a major national security threat. There are 500,000 unfilled cyber jobs right now, and they're not finding the workers they need among the grown-ups. So guess who they're turning to? You. Bet you didn't know you were the hero of this story. Corporations, the military, and even the government are clamoring to recruit and train people just like you, even hiring them straight out of high school. That's why the SANS Institute developed Cyberstar America. It's a totally free game that teaches you cyber as you play, and SANS uses your performance in the game as a cyber talent identifier for jobs and scholarships. And we know you like to play games. Now imagine playing a game that could get you a job or some scholarship money by only completing about 20% of it.
Wait, that sounds hard. I don't know anything about cyber.
Doesn't matter. The game teaches you everything. All you have to do is keep playing between October and March.
I don't know. I'm not sure I'm the cyber type.
Well, wait. The best cyber workers are curious, great problem solvers, love learning new things, and most importantly, they don't give up easily. I bet that's just like you. Cyber needs people from all backgrounds and all perspectives to help us solve these future problems. So why not give Cyberstar a try? You'll have access to scholarships, get valuable training, and possibly change the world in the process. What other game does that? Take it from me. I'm a cybersecurity major. I plan on commissioning into the United States Army as a cyber officer once I graduate. So join your school's club or try it out on your own, and maybe you can become a cyber hero like me.
Good morning, everyone. Sebastian Barron with the Office of the Governor just gave that overview presentation about Cyberstar America because Georgia, the governor, recently announced our initiative to put more funds into Cyberstar America. As explained in there, it is a competition to high school students to open up the idea and the opportunity to get into cybersecurity. Unfortunately, a lot of young people are not aware of the field in the way that they need to be. Currently here in the state of Georgia, we have 17,000 unfilled cybersecurity jobs, and that's just of today. And as we know, at the rate of how technology is growing and innovation, that will possibly double over the next or throughout this decade. So through this program, it can not only inspire kids to have the idea to be a part of cybersecurity, because I know it's something that everybody in this room needs in some way. We can also fill the void with people who may normally not be exposed to those career fields. So that's the biggest upside to it as well. A major push for the governor during his tenure, during his time, is to make Georgia the #1 state in the country for small business. Over the last 8 years, we've been the #1 state for business overall. Major companies come in here that we've heard of. Some of y'all are head of those major companies. But we want to do more for the small business owners. We all know that every business idea starts off with a thought. And those thoughts grow into be, in some cases, Fortune 500 companies. But many are just thoughts that we want to find the ways for people to nurture in the best way possible. A key way to that is just exposing our young people, our students across the state, to as many emerging and growing fields as possible. Because without that exposure, the young lady you may see and others don't know that they are capable or have the interest in those fields that we need to shape our future. Beyond that, I want you to think about yourself. Think about how you got started on the path you're on to get you to where you are now. What could have been different? What would you share with someone if you could talk to your 17-year-old self, because there are other 17-year-olds out there that need to hear those thoughts. Beyond that, how can we create new paths? Beyond that, to make things easier for the next generation, the people that will help and grow our companies, and also take our country, our state, to the place that we all want it to be. Along with that, a personal push and initiative for the governor and myself is to maintain and keep Georgia the #1 state to live, work, and play, or raise a family. What are those key parts to that? The key part, starting off, is your living. A big push coming into office for our administration was to make broadband accessible to every resident in the state of Georgia. And we provided the funding for that groundwork to be everyone in the state to be broadband accessible by the year 2024. It may be hard to believe in some cases that you have people in our day and age that weren't able to do a lot of things, and it got exposed even more so over the course of the pandemic, that didn't have access to those broadband, and how much it holds back people, especially in our education system. Telling a kid that they working or getting their lesson from home, but they don't have 4G even. You know, we're progressing towards 5G, but a lot of people were still hoping to get 3 or 2G. So it's a good thing that we're able to lay that groundwork. It plays a pivotal role in making Georgia a better place to live in our urban and rural communities. The second part is work. As we know, many people over the last decade, our state has grown tremendously and become more diverse based on that. But what truly makes a place a great work environment? It goes back to the talent pool as an employer, and also talent being aware of where those employers are. Anybody just got an overflowing amount of talent, and so many people coming to apply, and all of them are the most talented people for every job you're applying for? Not yet, okay. And that leads to one other void that we have here. Here in Georgia, for every 3 job openings, only 1 person is applying for them. It's different factors that play into it. One part, are they qualified for the job? Do they know the job is available? Do they know what training is required to get that job? Does it require a certification, or does it require a 4-year degree or higher education? So opening these opportunities up in the state through this program and others is a major push for where we want to get to in the state. Because we want to make sure for everyone that moves down here, every business that relocates down here, they have the proper talent pool that you need to make your company as great as it can be. So we won't have that void of 3 to 1. Maybe we can get to 3 to 3, 2 to 3, hopefully within the next decade. Then we roll into the family dynamic of it all. Great place to raise your family. Everybody who has a child wants to make sure their child has the best education. And it shouldn't be a competition to be in the best school or relocate to a certain zip code to make sure your child is in the best school. We're striving to make our K-12 system, no matter where you are, no matter what your zip code is, no matter how much you pay in property taxes, make sure that your child can get the best education and preparing them to be the leaders and get the exposure they need as a child through the education system to prepare them for being great business owners, business leaders, giving you the talent you need, and raise another generation in the same way. The main push when I was asked to give this speech, I was going to give you a lot of statistics about the numbers, and everybody in here works in a field where y'all probably look at a good bit of numbers most days. The most important thing that I want you to resonate with you on with this speech is that there are a lot of people throughout our state, for different reasons, don't get to be in spaces like this and hear from people like myself and you all about your journey and what led you to be at this point. And that's what's led us to kind of where we are now as a state. We have a state filled with talent, but people not realizing what their talents may be. I might age myself on this a little bit, but anybody remember when DVDs first came out? Yeah, it was a big deal. Everybody wanted a DVD player. In those times, you think about how long it take a VHS tape, which was like the mid-'80s, before CDs came out, which was like the late 90s, about a decade and a half. Technology in those times moved a lot slower. And you think about what's the hottest technology right now, whatever that may be, and how long that technology is going to be hot. Probably about 6 months, maybe. The point I'm making here is there'll never be a time that we live in that will move as slow as where we are right now, technology-wise. It'll keep, as we grow older, it'll keep going faster and faster. And what we can do with our positions is to make sure that we share everything, our experiences with the next generation, to learn from that and realize what their full potential is in their talents. That's what will make our communities better, our families better, and ultimately our state where we want it to be and even greater. So I'll leave you with that, and I look forward to speaking with you throughout the day, and thank you for having me.